Alrighty, we are going to talk about Juan Ponce de Leon, and I'm excited to have this PowerPoint here for you. It was created by Sam Laffon, and I just revised it and recorded some information for you. So let's get started. Juan Ponce de Leon was born in 1460. He was born in Spain, and that is where his journey begins. He was a Spanish kid, as you can see from the title up here. Spain is a country in Western Europe. If you'll remember, all of our explorers we're talking about right now came from Europe, Western Europe. All right, so from start to finish, in 1512, Juan was sent by his king to start his fantasy trip to the Fountain of Youth. Okay, we'll find out more about this Fountain of Youth, and it is very important to his journey. It is the reason for his trip, the reason he set sail across the Atlantic Ocean. However, this reason was just a legend. A legend is a story of something told and passed on for generations and generations, but it's not necessarily true. And it probably does not exist. The reason for his exploration was to live forever by drinking from the Fountain of Youth. It is said that the Fountain of Youth had powers for life and could make you live forever. That was what he wanted to find. Here you'll see where he traveled. He traveled from Spain and into the Caribbean. You'll see he comes in here, passes Puerto Rico, up by the Dominican Republic and Haiti, by Cuba, through the Bahamas, up into St. Augustine and around Florida and into the Gulf of Mexico. This particular part of his trip, Florida, was very important because no other European explorers had gone to Florida yet. He was the first person to set foot on Florida. So that's pretty cool. All right, what happened next? On the exploration, Juan killed a lot of Native Americans, trying to make them tell the truth about where the Fountain of Youth was located. He was very harsh and cruel to them. At each village, a Native American would tell where they could find the fountain. Each time, the Native Americans' directions sent Ponce de Leon further up north. Okay, remember his route? He started down in the Bahamas area and went up north into Florida. Do you think the Native Americans were telling the truth? Maybe they had heard of this Fountain of Youth. Maybe they thought it was a silly story. Maybe they just wanted to get him off of their land, so they were sending him on, telling him to go further north, that it wasn't located in their territory, so he should leave. That's more likely the case. The last straw. While heading up north, Juan finally stopped and asked another tribe for directions. He was getting sick of this. He felt like he was on a wild goose chase, right? He was never going to find this Fountain of Youth. And after the Native Americans say the same thing as the other tribes, that it's further up north, keep going, Juan got so angry that he told his men to destroy the village. And we're going to think about the Native Americans here. They've lived there. They're peaceful. They're kind of like, who is this man coming into my land? So this whole harsh treatment was a really big problem. After learning that the Fountain of Youth was just a legend, Juan made another fountain to represent the real one. So he never really found the real one, did he? He didn't accomplish his mission. The big fight. In 1559, while traveling down the Atlantic side of Florida, so let's picture that. That's the eastern side of Florida. Juan was ambushed by natives. Ambushed means you're attacked, you're taken by surprise and probably outnumbered by a large number of people. He was ambushed by natives. As the fight went on for about an hour, Juan was finally struck by an arrow. He was injured so badly that he had to return and go back to Spain. All right, now we're nearing the finish. In 1559, after that battle, Juan came back from the New World because of the arrow injury and later died. He was not successful in finding the Fountain of Youth. He did not accomplish his mission. Finding Florida. So, while he was not successful in finding the Fountain of Youth, we do give him credit for finding or discovering Florida. Now, the reason for those little quotes I'm doing is that, did he really find Florida? Did nobody know it was there? No, the Native Americans knew it had been there for hundreds of years. He found Florida for the Europeans. Okay, it was the first time the Europeans had got to Florida. While we can see that Juan was a bad man who treated natives harshly, we do have to give him credit for discovering the state of Florida, which was unknown to Europeans during this time in history. All right, I hope you got some good information out of the slideshow. Remember, you can go back and review the slideshow as many times as you need to complete your assignment. Really proud of the hard work you put in. Let's keep it up.